Good morning, wrestling fans. Today, August 31st, 2024. It's Wednesday. You know what that means. Time to talk about an episode of AEW Dynamite tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern on TBS. But not just any other episode of AEW Dynamite this week. It is the Go Home episode of Dynamite before this Sunday's AEW All in London on pay-per-view live from Wembley Stadium. Remember, will be 1 p.m. Eastern here anyway. Not sure what time it will be airing in every country in the world, but 1 p.m. Eastern here in Michigan, anyway, where I am, and going to be talking all about the Go Home episode of Dynamite tonight. And first, though, WWE Speed at noon Eastern, exclusively on X. I know I never come prepared on here. Not sure what this week's match is going to be. But last week, Austin Theory and Montez Ford going to a draw, which in case of a draw on Speed, both men are eliminated from the Speed tournament. So we will have to wait and see what happens this week to see who becomes the number one contender to face the WWE Speed champion, Andrade El Idolo. And speaking of WWE, I mentioned this yesterday on Good Morning Wrestling Fans, but WWE was on Celebrity Family Feud, hosted by Steve Harvey. It was the men versus the women. For the men were the Street Profits, Bobby Lashley, Austin Theory, and L.A. Knight. Yeah, taking on Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, Zelina Vega, and Sonya Deville. It was they were on the first part of the show, and it was a pretty good show. Excuse me, sorry about that. The women did defeat the men, but they did not win in fast money. But still, pretty good show. If you can check out the replay on demand or anything, I would recommend it. And now, on to tonight's episode, the Go Home show before All In of AEW Dynamite, which will probably be taped sometime this afternoon in Cardiff, Wales. And earlier, if I said live when I was talking about Dynamite, I apologize. I'm just used to saying live every week. But it will be taped from Cardiff, Wales at the Utilita Arena in Cardiff. Sorry if I said that wrong. But tonight on Dynamite, as we get ready for All In. The AEW International Championship will be on the line. Kazuchika Okada will be taking on Claudio Castagnoli. I'm sure that'd be a really good match. And right there, you're getting a pay-per-view quality match on free TV tonight with that one. Okada versus Castagnoli. And the AEW American Champion MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and his challenger for All In, the Aerial Assassin, Will Ospreay, will have a face-to-face in the middle of the AEW ring. And also this week on Dynamite, Hook will take on Big Bill from the Learning Tree. If Hook gets the win in the singles match, then he will take on Chris Jericho this Sunday at Wembley in All In. Also, tonight, AEW World Champion Timeless Tony Storm will defend the championship against Saraya. And the AEW FTW for the World Champion, as he calls it anyway, Chris Jericho will face off against Dynamite Kid Tom Billington. And we will also have a final showdown tonight between the AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland and the challenger, the American Dragon Bryan Danielson, which will be narrated, sorry about that, by Nigel McGuinness ahead of their AEW World Championship match this Sunday at All In. And that is our lineup for tonight's go-home episode of All In. Just 5 days, or 5 days, I was right the first time, 5 days before All In this Sunday, Wembley Stadium, London, England. I don't think I have to say it, but this is definitely an event you do not want to miss. The second All In taking place at Wembley Stadium. It's already been announced. Next year in Texas, and then I believe in 2026 we'll be back in Wembley. But I believe Tony Khan did say that they do plan to return to the UK sometime in 2025. And I'm hoping soon that they will return to Detroit. It's been over a year now since AEW has been to Detroit. So hopefully soon. And that is all for this Wednesday episode of 360 Good Morning Wrestling Fans. Thank you everyone for tuning in and listening this morning wherever you are in the world. You can go in the comment section right now and leave your predictions for this Sunday's All In. And I don't always say this, but feel free to like and share, comment on the podcast wherever you listen, whether it's right here on Spreaker, YouTube, or one of the other websites or apps we are on. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I know I'm bad at reminding people of that, but also follow on X at 360 Wrestling Pod, and occasionally I know I've been slacking a little bit the last few days or so, but sometimes I do post polls on there. So go there if you're not already following at 360 Wrestling Pod and vote on the polls. And once again, that is all for this Wednesday episode of Good Morning Wrestling Fans. Have a great rest of your day, and hope everyone enjoys WWE Speed and AEW Dynamite tonight as we get ready for All In this Sunday. And I will be back right here tomorrow for the Thursday episode of 360 Good Morning Wrestling Fans. But until then, have a great pro wrestling day.